Are you for or against the conference realignment?
I'm against conference realignment. I don't think that you should keep taking teams from other conferences to build your own super conferences. I don't think it's right that there's no governing body and that nothing takes place to stop it. And that was Dan in the background burping.
Do you think the Big Ten is done expanding, or do you think they're going to go to 16 eventually?
I think if they can get Notre Dame, then they'll continue. What are they at right now?
12.
12? I think it depends what other schools they can get to come over, and I think a lot of it will hinge on whether or not Notre Dame would agree to come over. Because if you can get Notre Dame, then why not expand further?
Are you happy with Nebraska in the Big Ten, you think? You think it'd be good for the Big Ten?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great football program. It's not a great it doesn't really do much for their basketball, the status of their basketball programs, but I think as far as football goes and rivalry and obviously pageantry of it, but again, I just think it's too bad that you have to constantly move conferences based on TV deals and money, essentially, and what's going to bring in more money, because that's not essentially what college sports is supposed to be about.
You think they're set up a rivalry maybe with Wisconsin and Nebraska, especially in football? It'd probably be a big deal.
There will be at my house because my brother-in-law is a Nebraska alum. But I think so, just probably because, Midwest, big red. But again, you bring in a Nebraska and they haven't been there, so how can you really call it a rivalry until you've got history behind it? To me, a rivalry is based on history. There's a reason Minnesota and Wisconsin don't like each other, because they've been playing each other for 100 years, the Paul Bunyan Acts. And there's a proximity thing. Nebraska's how many states over? So I think that's something that's going to have to build over time, only if both teams are competitive and have a competitive series.
And finally, if you were running the Big Ten, what would you do with the whole situation that's going on now? If you were Jim Delaney?
I guess you have to do what's best for the conference. You have to do what's best for, the other sports, bringing in as much money as possible. But I also think that maybe you cap it right now, keep it at 12. You can't probably change it to the Big 12 unless you swap names with the Big 12 and it becomes the Big 10. But keep it as it is, see what happens, and start thinking about the student athletes that you're affecting and not the overall bottom line about the dollar.